Next guest left his life in the U.S. to support his birth country of Ukraine by not picking up a rifle. Instead, he's using his experience as a tech entrepreneur to scour networks on 4 continents and keep Ukrainian fighters supplied with everything from food to socks and shoes. And I want to bring in Andrey Liscovich with us. He's joining us now. Andrey, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it. You were living and working in San Francisco. But there you are, you're in Ukraine. You decided to go back to your home country when the war started. Talk to us about this. Tell us what you're seeing on the ground and how your efforts are going to help the people of your homeland.
Thanks for having me, Jim. You've probably seen by now a lot of footage of war, destruction, carnage. None of this is new at this point. What's much harder to see is the atmosphere, how people are with each other, how they behave in the most mundane situations. And the level of unity that I'm seeing here is something I've never seen before. It's absolutely incredible, spanning the entire society from civilians to the military. There's an incredible amount of determination to do everything that's in every person's power to resist the invasion. And I guess the closest comparison for the American audience might be the immediate aftermath of 9/11 in New York, when people were unified across all social strata, and they felt that the entire society was challenged by an atrocity, and they had to muster a unified response. And that's what I'm seeing here everywhere. I can give you one example just from today. This morning, a 2-day curfew was announced because of the imminent Russian attacks, and it was announced at 4 p.m. So people had a few hours to go stock up on groceries because they would not be able to leave their homes. And so I was doing a big run for groceries with the army, buying a large batch of groceries for them. And the entire line, the super congested store, there were lots of people waiting, stepped aside, welcomed them, asked them to get everything they need checked out first. And in that line, there was this elderly, frail lady, probably in her 70s, holding this shopping cart with half a loaf of bread, just half a loaf of bread. I asked her whether that was sufficient for 2 days, because that's the duration of the curfew. And her response was that she didn't need much, that her son died, and she would be able to make it last for a long time. And I literally pulled out 1,000 hryvnia bill, which is about $40, half of her pension probably, gave it to her. She refused the bill, saying, "Please keep it and make sure that our boys are fed." So you see this level of selflessness, this level of commitment to the common cause, and it's completely unprecedented. And I feel that every Ukrainian must do what's in their power, and does it very willingly because they know that their future depends on these actions.
Andrey, I understand you're helping to provide supplies to volunteer soldiers in Ukraine. Talk to us about why you're doing this. I have to imagine maybe you were just not going to be able to stay at home and watch all of this unfold on your TV screen and see just everything that's happening to the people of Ukraine and not be able to help, not be able to do your part. Is that it? Can you talk about that?
I don't want Ukrainians to just be sympathetic victims. We all have things that we could do personally. I did not want to be a passive spectator seeing horrible things happen to my hometown, to my country. And so I didn't know exactly how I could help. I came here knowing just that there would be plenty of problems, and I would probably find something that would be highly important to focus on with my background and my network, my experience. And it became very clear on day one that the biggest problem was not the lack of people willing to take up arms to defend the country. It was the complete lack of supplies that the army could provide for them. You can picture a young guy, probably 20s, coming in with sneakers, shoes, like home sweater, like very civilian look. And all they get is a AK-47 and some maybe 2-3 magazines of spare ammo. And obviously, to be effective on the battlefield, you need to have a lot more than that. Just picture a U.S. soldier that has a lot of gear besides a gun, and they wear 7 layers of tactical clothes. They have a helmet, they have body armor, they have backpacks, all kinds of supplies. So those are the things that we're trying to provide. We're focusing on non-lethal supplies, that are completely lacking for this enormous number of people who have stepped forward to defend the country. And initially, it was a very basic operation. I was driving around town with my personal credit card, buying all of this gear for the army, just handing it over to the volunteers. And since then, a lot of my former colleagues and friends have stepped forward to volunteer their time, their money to scale this effort. We've now set up an organization called Ukraine Defense Fund that focuses on a very simple mission. What we're trying to do is help Ukrainians defend themselves. We're buying supplies either locally when it's possible, or well, in other countries when those supplies are not available locally, and ship them to the front lines in as little time as humanly possible to make sure that these volunteers that are here on the ground have a fighting chance.
Well, Andrey Liscovich, it is just inspiring what you're doing for the people of your country, and that you made this journey all the way from San Francisco to Ukraine. Thanks very much for joining us. We appreciate it. Good talking to you, and best of luck to you.
Thanks for having me, Jim. I really appreciate the attention to this, and we invite everyone who is interested in this effort to follow us at UKR Defense Fund on all social media. Thank you very much.